Hi guys, OhSheReads here and welcome back to OhSheReads, and this is Bookmas Day 4. Merry Bookmas. Okay, so in today's video I wanted to do something a little bit different. It's kind of based around Christmas songs. So if you don't like Christmas carols or Christmas songs, I'm so sorry. This is still going to be book related, so hey, you might get some good book recommendations out of it, and I will try not to play anything too obnoxious. So I don't want to be hit with any type of copyright issues on this video, so I'm not going to play any Christmas music. So I'm simply just going to relate the songs to the books that I'll be talking about. It doesn't make much sense right now, but it will. Just hold on, have a little faith in me. So I'm going to be using my handy dandy phone and Google to pick some just random popular Christmas songs to begin. I think we will do, let's do 6 or 10. I don't know, let's see where the night takes us, shall we? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a Christmas song, and based off of the lyrics, I'm going to basically relate that to whatever novel it reminds me of. We'll see how this works, because I just made it up right now on the spot. Seriously. Okay, so I'll Be Home for Christmas. I'm not going to play it, like I said. I don't want to hit any copyright laws. But if you guys haven't heard it, I'll be home for Christmas. You can count on me. Please have snow and mistletoe and presents under the tree. Christmas Eve will find me where the love light gleams. Oh, I'll be home for Christmas, if only in my dreams. So, what book does that song remind you of? Not you, me, but you too. Feel free to comment. Dude, this is a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be because I'm not prepared. This is what happens when you don't prep before your video, usually. This is what happens. Honestly, I don't know why, but I keep thinking about this book, The Silver Star by Jeanette Walls. And I think it's because this is a book where we have two sisters, Bean and Liz, and it's the summer of 1970 in a small town in California, and their mother just takes off and leaves them to fend for themselves. And she has a habit of taking off, but this time it's like she doesn't come back when she usually does. She's just gone, and they have a limited amount of money and resources. They're alone. Bean is 12, Liz is 15, and they're kind of forced to fend for themselves. They end up having to leave their home because the neighbor is getting suspicious and they don't want to get taken away and put into any type of child protective services or anything like that. And they end up traveling to go find their uncle, and it's kind of this book about how these girls can never really go home again and how much things change after their mother takes off. And even though she comes back, things are just not the same. And I hope that wasn't a spoiler. I read this book over the summer and I really enjoyed it, but when I was singing that song, it just really made me think about this book and how sometimes all you want to do is go home, and home isn't always a place, although it can be. But more than anything, home is a feeling of safety and security that you get, whether it's in a building or with a group of people or with family members. It's a feeling that makes you feel like everything's safe and everything's okay. And when something in your life takes a shift that disrupts that feeling, all you want to do is get back to that feeling and get back to a place where you can feel like that again. Next song that popped up on good old Google is All I Want for Christmas Is You. Everyone's heard this song. It's super popular. Mariah Carey sings it like a beast, so I'm not even gonna try. I will sing y'all a little bit of the song because, I don't know, I like singing. I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. And all I want for Christmas is you. Ooh, baby. All right, so excuse my non-warmed up voice, but that's pretty much how it goes. And that makes me think about the book The Bronze Horseman by Paulina Simmons. And that is one of my favorite novels. I only read it once. So for me to say it's one of my favorite novels is definitely saying something. I want to reread it in 2018. That's one of my goals. But it's such a brilliant book, and it encapsulates the feeling of longing in a romantic relationship so well. And it has one of the best written love triangles I have ever read, because a lot of people don't know this, but a love triangle is not what we typically see a lot in young adult fiction, where it's like two boys fighting over a girl. That's usually what we see. Rarely we'll see two girls fighting over a boy. I think we see two girls fighting over a boy more in new adult. But a real proper love triangle involves love on all three sides. That's why it's problematic, and that's why it's supposed to be so heart-wrenching and so tumultuous, because all three people love each other. And I'm not necessarily talking about like a menage a trois or something like that, although, you know, hey, do you boo. Mostly I'm talking about, let's say, two brothers who are really close and love each other fall in love with the same girl. And let's say the girl cares for both of them, or is best friends with one and in love with the other, or whatever the case may be. There's love on all three sides of the triangle. That's what makes it so rough. So this book has one of the best love triangles, if not the best, I have ever encountered. And it just, oh, she writes longing so well. I can't explain it. Recommend it highly, 5 stars, all that good stuff. But yeah, that's what that song reminds me of. Okay, the next song is Hang all the mistletoe, I'm gonna get to know you better this Christmas. And as we trim the tree, how much fun it's gonna be together this Christmas. The fireside is blazing bright, and we're caroling through the night. And this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me. Alright, that's enough of that. As you can tell, it's definitely out of my vocal range. But that is one of my absolute favorite Christmas songs, and it reminds me of that movie with Chris Brown, This Christmas, which is one of my favorite Christmas movies. And oh, this is gonna be tough. This is gonna be tough. You know what? No, it reminds me of this book. I think about Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. That scene towards the beginning of the novel where the March Girls are together for Christmas and they get the best Christmas surprise ever. Ugh, this scene brings me to tears. Every single time I read it, it never fails. It is so heartwarming, so touching, so beautiful, so encapsulating of the spirit of Christmas and what they do for that one particular family that's really less fortunate than them and is suffering and going through a lot with their sick baby. What they do for that family during the holiday season is truly the spirit of Christmas, the spirit of giving, the spirit of helping those less fortunate than yourself, and really caring for the homeless, the widows, the orphans, those who are really struggling and who need a little bit of kindness, support, and help. So I really, that's what I think about when I hear that song. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, your troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, our troubles will be miles away. And once again, as in olden days, happy golden days of yore, faithful friends who are near to us will be dear to us once more. Through the years, we all will be together if the fates allow. Hang a shining star above the highest bough, and have yourself a merry little Christmas now. I know I don't have the best singing voice in the world, but I have heart. I have heart. And I love that song. I think that's one of my favorites. But that song, ooh, what does that remind me of? Have yourself a little Merry Christmas. It's such a heartwarming song. It's talking about, I hope you have a great Christmas. You know, let your heart be light. Let your troubles be far from you. Just have a great time. Ooh. You know what? This probably reminds me of Joy in the Morning. I've talked about this book several times on my channel. It's one of my favorites by Betsy Smith. And I don't know, just the vibe, I guess. That vibe of like, I want your heart to be light. I want it to be the best. I want it to be warm, cozy. Just through the years, we all will be together, that type of thing. Joy in the Morning is basically a book that takes place in the 1920s about a young married couple. You have Annie and you have Carl, and they get married super young. Carl's trying to get through law school. Annie dropped out of school when she was like 14 or so, but she's super smart. She loves to write. She's trying to come into herself, find herself, and Carl is the love of her life. And so it just follows the journey of this married couple, their first year of marriage, and it's a beautiful story. It takes you back in time, 1920s, small town, college town, and I don't know, just the feeling, the love between the couple, their ups and downs, their trials, but they stay together. They love each other. I don't know. Let's go with it. And last but not least, let us end the video with my favorite Christmas carol. Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared and the soul felt its worth. A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees, oh, hear the angel voices, oh, night divine, oh, night when Christ was born. All night divine, all night divine. So that one's self-explanatory. It reminds me of the story of the birth of Jesus Christ. My favorite version is found in the book of Luke. I will list the chapters and verses right here. Go check it out if you're interested. If you've never read the Bible before, I would recommend two translations. I recommend the New Living Translation and the Message. Those are my two favorites right now. It changes all the time. I always tend to love the Message, but sometimes it goes between the New Living Translation or the New International Version or I think it's the English Standard Translation? English Standard Version. But yeah, those are usually my favorites. I go back and forth depending on what mood I'm in. But if you've never read the Bible, I recommend reading it even if you are not a Christian or hoping to be a Christian. I think it's just one of the more fascinating books of humankind, you know. Just, it's interesting. There are a lot of really cool stories in there. Great. Whether you look at them as truths or myths, they are so entertaining. But yeah, so that wraps up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope my singing didn't bother you too much and I didn't break any glassware in your home. But I will catch you guys in my next video, Bookmas Day 5, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Love you guys. Bye. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Bye. I would just say a man falls out of the sky and crushes her car. So yes, this does have to do with aliens and other planets, and if you can't guess, the man is an alien from another planet, from another race of beings. And another really interesting mythology that is part of this book is the man is a gargoyle. Yes. Do you guys remember that show Gargoyles? I don't know if some of y'all are too young, but there was this cartoon